You co-authored an article, I think just last year, on exercise and activity in FND, as well as some other uh, like comorbidities or similar conditions, chronic pain, and a lot of focus on dysautonomia in that article. And can you kind of give the viewers some tips from that article that you think are important on the dysautonomia or this combination with other conditions?
So, again, this is like that paper was a little bit some data and also some kind of like theorizing. But we said the autonomic nervous system is a conduit through which some of these kind of cortical brain base can manifest in the body. So we do find it not uncommonly comorbid with FND, and this can be relevant in a number of different ways. So one, um, you know, for example, someone could be a little bit more in the hyperadrenergic state, but maybe that's also associated with some degree of being wired to be anxious, which is also associated with some traumatic experiences in life. And so maybe there's some degree that you're just your autonomic nervous system is a little bit hyperactive, and it's part of this messiness of the complex that can contribute to FND. So the idea there is you target the autonomic nervous system through all the ways we can. So one way would be psychotherapy, to learn relaxation and breathing and whatnot. But exercise is another way that we know, and there's some pretty extensive data at this point of how exercise can affect your nervous system, including your autonomic nervous system. So is there something about again, the biology and the psychology of exercise that could be helpful here? So what do I mean by that? So the biology of that, meaning if you gradually become more mobile and exercising more, you're having this cardiovascular response, you're having this cerebral vascular response, there's some BDNF thrown in, and somehow that is positive. But there's also this like psychology of exercise. So if you're fear avoidant in some ways and you're avoiding pushing yourself or exercising in some ways, but then you start to do an exercise program and you push and you kind of see yourself gradually improve, could there be some positive feedback mechanism of pride, agency, capability? Or also, like when you exercise, you push your autonomic nervous system and you might have a heart rate that is going a little bit faster and you're breathing a little bit faster. And maybe that's almost like an exposure therapy. It's like not as scary anymore because you're kind of doing it under your control. And, rather than someone being like, oh, these sensations in my body are just distressing. What is it? There's just like, oh, no, this is part of the exercise response and it's getting stronger over time. And that's not a bad thing. I think people can be fearful and confused and afraid of their body symptoms when they don't have a framework for it. And everyone's different there. But, we can see that in some cases.